Hello, welcome to the 1.8 test drive. It's a little belated test drive, but hey, I just started a new job and that kind of happens. I'll tell you more about that in another show, but right now we just need to get into this. This update's called the Bountiful update, and for good reasons, because there is a lot to look at in this update. So we're just going to go in and get started here. Let me hitch up Columbia there. Nice horsey, nice horsey. I wish I had some sugar for you, but not today. Uh, uh, we, this is the first stand here. Mossy blocks and lamb chops. Mossy blocks are not quite new, but you can craft them now, and we'll show you how to craft them over there. I'm sorry, but this next part's going to be a little painful. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's all for the name of science. Yeah, I know. Why you guys, um, yeah. Well, I just got to do it. Besides, you know what they say? Two's company, three's a crowd. You guys have a crowd over here, so I'm just going to get your buddy. I'll do this very humanely. He won't even know what hit him. There we go. And you see, this is new. Raw mutton. Now we'll talk more about mutton, or as we say in my neck of the woods, lamb chops. We'll get into that a little later. I'll just store that off to the side there, as well as the wool. We'll put that over there. Okay, so when you kill sheep now, you can get raw mutton, which you can eat raw or cook up. That means sheep now, usually before they were kind of a protected species because they were only good for their wool, and you had to have them alive to get that wool. Now we can kill them and get some meat, so that means open season on you guys. I'm sorry, I'm just the bearer of bad news. I'm not the guy who actually did it. Anyway, let's move on. We have slime blocks. Now, if you've seen my unnamed server series, you have seen these blocks before. Evilum has them in his base, and they're really cool. If you jump onto them from a high spot, Geronimo, they kind of bounce like this, and you keep bouncing. Matter of fact, it's a fraction of the original jump that you bounce up. So sometimes I've had it where I bounce and bounce, and you just keep bouncing, just get smaller and smaller bounces. This time I just kind of stop down there. Oh, it also slows you down when you walk on them. Now you don't take fall damage when you first land on them and when you bounce. So you get fall damage if you come up really high and land on the ground, but on the blocks themselves you don't get fall damage. So this makes them really good, like in Evo's base where he has them at the bottom of that long shaft. You can use them to break your fall in various circumstances. They're great, I imagine, for getting, like, instead as an alternative to elevators and that sort of thing. But you can also use them. Oh, here's how you craft them. You put 9 slime balls together like so in your crafting table, and you get a slime block. Now you can also do some other neat things with these. If I just pull out some redstone levers and whatnot, you can, let's see, if I put this like that, and then there, and then I should just put my lever there, and then you can also, oops, forgot the blocks, there. A slime block here. Now, I don't believe you actually have to have a sticky piston for this to work, but if I have a slime block on a piston, it will stick automatically. I pull the lever. Now, here's what's going on. This slime block is now in contact with this block. It acts like an extender to this piston, or just like another way to make a piston sticky. I retract it back, and it pulls the block back. All well and good. But if I take this block and let's say I put another slime block on the side, now before a regular piston, especially even a sticky piston, will only move one block forward and one block back. Hey, rain, wane, go away. Come again another day. There. Now normally when you have a piston, this piston pushes forward and ignores any blocks that are beside it. But in this case, I got 2 of these slime blocks put together. So this piston is actually going to push both slime blocks forward. And when it pulls back, whatever's in contact with both of these blocks is now going to come back, just like so. Now this happens on all sides of these blocks. If I were to push these blocks forward and I had, say, let's see, put that block on top, it's going to pull that back as well. Now that's pretty neat. This has some pretty cool implications in a lot of circumstances. Now, if I were to, let's take that, and I kind of push that out there, like so, with the slime block underneath, and put this guy up here like that. Oops. Either way will be fine. I push this down. Now, you would expect this to pull this block up. It should pull the slime block underneath, which should in turn pull all these other slime blocks and all the blocks they're attached to. The problem is pistons can only move 12 blocks at one time, and this is clearly going to be more than 12 blocks, so I retract it. Only the piston comes up, slime block stays in place, nothing else moves. That's just the way it works. Let's move on. Over here, while we're talking about redstone stuff, you see I have a comparator hooked up to an item frame. Now, with item frames now, you can actually put objects into the frame, and the frame will rotate around like so. It always keeps the same, it keeps a memory of the previous spot that you had it in, so you put it in, it goes right back to the spot. Before you only had 4 areas of rotation, now you actually have 8, so that's pretty cool. Now there's another purpose to this. As the you see that the comparator now is powering the redstone here. That's based on the rotation of the item in the item frame. So in this position, let's call it position 1, we only have 1 redstone block of redstone current that's lit up. I move it to position 2, you got 2, 3, and so forth. It's pretty cool. This means a lot of cool stuff in terms of making doors that have a certain combination that you have to figure out to open and whatnot. You also see over here we have a new trap door. This is an iron trap door. It's brand new to 1.8, and just like regular iron doors, it can only be activated with a redstone current. Neat. Let's move on. We also have new stone. Now you may have seen these if you've been using snapshots, and if you saw my now defunct single player world, the Minecraftia, Jaden Max's Minecraftia. You saw I discovered some of these blocks. Some people have already been using them in their builds. It's diorite, andesite, and granite. All together. Basically different forms of granite, things that you would see in like a fancy house, maybe on a countertop, that sort of thing. You find these in the world just like you find iron ore, coal, that sort of thing, and it's really plentiful. You don't have to look very far to find it. You mine it just like this in this form, and then you can put it together 1, 2, 3, 4 in your crafting table or in your regular inventory window, and it gives you 4 polished diorite, just like that. It looks very similar, just a little more polished, I guess. That's cool. Moving on, andesite, same way. Find it like this, put 4 together, and you get the polished andesites. And I guess I should give you a view of this. Boom, just like that. And you got the same with granite. Put them together, polished granite, looks just like that. Currently, I don't believe you can get these in slabbed or stair form. Hopefully that's something that will come in the future, because I can see this used as like countertop space in the house and stuff, but I'd like to see this as a slab and maybe even as a plate that you can stick on top of a counter or something like that, on top of another block. Now over here we have coarse dirt, which you see a lot of this here around my feet. Coarse dirt is basically dirt that grass will not move onto. As you see here, this has been here the whole time. No grass is moving onto this coarse dirt. To do this, you take just regular old dirt, mix it with some gravel like so, and it gives you coarse dirt. Pretty cool. Now, you also have the stone, which I mentioned before. You can make it mossy stone. Actually, you want to put the vine next to it like that in your crafting table. and you get mossy stone bricks. This is a 1-to-1 in terms of the bricks themselves, but you do lose your vines, but you get this nice snazzy mossy stone, which before you could only get this in a stronghold. Same thing with cracked stone. You just put some regular old stone into a furnace and it cooks up like so, and you get the cracked stone on the other side. This means that no longer are these super rare blocks. You can now craft them yourself instead of having to get them from a stronghold. That's pretty cool. Moving on over here, we got farmers that farm. Now our farmers actually do some farming work. Hey guys, hey, get to work. Get to work. What are you guys doing? Just kind of standing around there. We got some farming. Gee whiz, I gotta do everything myself here. If you get some grown crops, the villagers, at least the farmers, will actually farm the crops when they're fully grown. They will farm all, at least I've tested it for wheat, carrots, and potatoes. Of course, it seems like at least these two guys apparently prefer potatoes over the other stuff because I had all three planted here. They don't plant back in the same spot where they pulled up. They just kind of just plant, I guess, at random, though somehow this randomly ended up as all potatoes. Yeah. Anyway, so when they pick it up, this means that you can actually go to them, and in here, this guy will always be selling pumpkin pie? No, I don't think so. Anyway, when they get the wheat, that means when they harvest the wheat, they'll always be selling bread as long as they harvest wheat. You can buy the bread until this gets crossed out, but once they go and harvest more wheat, they'll have more bread to sell. Apparently, the carrots and the potatoes don't actually yield anything along those lines. I mean, he's buying potatoes. I don't know why he's buying potatoes, because obviously you planted enough. You guys are just potato gluttons. Anyway, let's move on. This is good because you can use these guys now to do automated farms. These guys will pick up crops until they get, I believe they can hold 8 stacks in their inventories, at which point they will just leave everything on the ground and apparently poison potatoes as well. They'll no longer pick up drops once they get 8 complete stacks. And that's pretty nice. This over here, we got banners, stands, and creeper heads. Banners are these right here. They are basically flags that you can craft. The crafting recipe looks like this: wool with a stick. Matter of fact, let me take this. I'm going to craft up a new banner to go here, because I want to show you that you can put different patterns on the banners. The different colors come directly out of the wool that you use to craft it, like so. Boom. Red wool, red banner. Now you can also stick the banner here, and if I put some some bone meal here, you can see I can add white stripes to my red banner. Pretty cool. You can also overlap additional patterns on top. For example, if I put lapis lazuli there, I get up here in the top right corner, I get a blue square in the top right corner of my banner. Pretty cool. If you move it over to other spots, you can move that you can move that blue square to other parts of the banner. Now this is pretty cool because you can make all sorts of cool designs just like that. In addition, we also have new heads. We always had the wither head. That was introduced in 1.7, I believe, something like that. But now we can also get creeper heads, creeper skulls. This is completely vanilla, completely survival. This world is I cheated a little bit to put all this in here, but you can get the creeper in regular survival vanilla Minecraft by getting a charged creeper to blow up next to a regular creeper. One of them will drop you a creeper skull. Now I'm going to try to do this at some point in the series, but it's very hard to do. You kind of have to be lucky or build a large holding pen for creepers so you can somehow rig it up. Check out Minecraft. done all that. So anyway, these guys back here, this is my friend Zach Murr. This is my friend Mystical. They're not actually here, standing here. These are actually armor stands. Armor stands are just what they say. They're stands that you can use to put down armor. Now, if I undress a Mystical here, sorry, sir, sorry about that, but I can just click on him with armor in hand, then click with an empty hand. It removes the armor just like so. It's a good way to display armor around your house. The heads themselves, I got these with commands, so you can do that. You can check out Seth Bling's video on that. The give command, if I can find it here, there we go. Give Jaden Max Skull 1-3 Skull owner Paul Soares Jr. Why is that in there? Anyway, that's the command to give yourself a skull. Just replace Paul Soares Jr. with the person of your choosing. For example, I think I'll just go on ahead and replace it with my wife, Michael Max, and boom, I got Michael's head. That's very creepy. I think I will just set it right over there. Oh, that's even creepier. Anyway, well, let's just move on. Over here, oh, by the way, this stand here, you see, usually the stands come with no arms. The crafting recipe is right here. There's no way to add arms to it in vanilla. You can only add arms with commands, and let's see if I can find the command down here. There it is. That's the command to put arms on your stand. Go ahead, use it to your liking. Once you put arms on the stands, you can also put swords in the or various items in the stand's hand as you see fit. Pretty cool. Over here we have colorful beacons. You see I have a red beacon, a blue beacon over here. That is done by taking a beacon like so. There's a weird glitch currently where if you look at the beacon at a certain angle, it just disappears. I don't know what that is. Hopefully they'll fix it. Anyway, that doesn't influence what we're going to do here. You can change the color of the beacon by simply adding a glass block. And it changes the color to the color of the block you're adding. Now it always changes it to whatever block it passes through, and it stays the color of the last block it passes through all the way up. Pretty cool. You see if I break this here, it's red up until it hits the blue block here. That's pretty cool. That means you can do a lot of cool things now with beacons as a decorative feature rather than simply as a practical feature. So that's pretty neat. Over here we got recipes, new recipes. They're lamb chops, like I said before. We can take the raw mutton or raw lamb chops, stick them in the oven, and like any good TV chef, I already have the finished product here. Cooked mutton. I don't know how many meat sickles this revives, but you can check out the wiki. It has all that information there. Over here we have raw rabbit. Now we'll get into rabbits later. You probably saw them over in the pen over there. We'll go and talk about those in a bit, but you can stick the raw rabbit in your furnace. I got some charcoal there to give it a nice smoky flavor. And now we have cooked rabbit. Yums. Same thing here. Over here, that's not the same thing. It's completely different. Over here we have rabbit stew. Now for rabbit stew, it's kind of a complicated recipe. You got to combine all these things in this exact manner to get your rabbit stew. If I can go on ahead and pull it up so you can see what the finished product looks like. And it has to be in the exact order. If you switch anything around, oh man, I forgot the mushrooms. How did I forget the mushrooms? Get my mushrooms. Okay. Now you have to put them in the right exact order. You get the order wrong even by a little bit, and it just won't work. You just got to switch everything around proper. The mushrooms themselves, though, they don't matter. You can use any old kind of mushroom you want. And you got the rabbit stew. Rain, go away. Anyway, ignore the words at the bottom of the screen. No cheats, no cheats. Yeah, I cheated. Okay, so yeah, the rabbit stew, I understand, is maybe the second most nourishing piece of food in the game, other than cake, behind cake. The thing with with rabbit stew, and I feel the same way about cake, is if I were to consume all the ingredients that it takes to make rabbit stew separately, I believe it comes out as more nourishment than the rabbit stew itself. The saturation may be lower, and so maybe that's a good reason to carry around a bowl of rabbit stew. Otherwise, I see rabbit stew as maybe something that will be added. Map developers can put it into a game as like a special bonus for getting to a certain distance in the map. I don't know, but it's pretty cool to have it. Rabbit stew. I mean, it's the next obvious. Of course, there's no beef stew. I would like to have my beef stew in the game. I'm a big fan of beef stew. Anyway, new enchantment system. Should I do it? Should I? Should I? If you've seen the unnamed server, I think I've talked about the enchantment system about 3 times there. It has changed a little bit, just slightly, in the snapshots to its final version. Now, let me get a new gold sword here. I'll take this too as well. Let me take the balls of enchanting. And I'm going to need the lapis. I already got some lapis, but let me take this. Oh, Death Strider, that's a new enchant. I'll talk about that in a moment. Let me put it here so I don't forget. Anyway, let me enchant myself up here a little bit. That's some nice enchantment. Anyway, now what I can do with enchantment. The old system, you would put an item here. It would show you here the list of enchantments you can do and how much each enchantment will cost. That's not the case anymore. You put an item in. These are different tiers of enchantment. First tier, second tier, third tier. And this is how many levels you have to have before that tier is available to you. So I have 20 levels right now, which means tiers 1 and 2 are both available. Now this number here is chosen at random. It's ideally supposed to be a small number, a slightly larger number, and an even larger number to do this. This one, the first tier, second tier, just happen to be the same number. That's just the way it is this time. Don't get this confused with the numbers of levels you need to do the enchantment. That's not the case. If you look at the black box that I got floating around here, it says 1 lapis lazuli and 1 enchantment level. That's the actual cost of the enchantment. So to get the tier 1, I need 1 lapis and 1 enchantment. To get the next one, it's going to cost me 2 lapis, 2 enchantment levels. Remember, I only have to have 7 levels in order to get this enchantment, but it's only going to cost me 2 levels to actually put the enchantment onto the sword. That's pretty cool. So even though this has the same level requirement here, the cost is still different for the 2. So there's still something there to be said about the 2 tiers. Also, you see at the top of that box, it says Unbreaking 2, ? And Bane of Arthropods 1, ? That is kind of the enchantment that you can expect to get. It's not guaranteed. It's just very likely that that's the enchantment you're going to get. Bane of Arthropods 1, Unbreaking 2. Now, it's possible I can get additional enchantments. I can get Unbreaking 2 and maybe Smite on the sword. Who knows? It's just telling me it's very likely I'm going to get Unbreaking 2. So we're going to go for that. I'm going to go take that Unbreaking 2 on this sword. It's only going to toss me 2 levels and 2 lapis lazuli. And boom, got it. Oh, I got to press the button here. There, enchantment's on. Took my 2 lapis. It took 2 levels from here. I got Unbreaking 2. So this time it gave me exactly what it said. I've had it before where it's given me 3 enchantments, even though it only ever tells you that the one that's most likely. So that's cool. Unbreaking 2 sword. Moving on. Oh, the new enchantment, Death Strider. If I were to put these Death Strider boots on, and I'm going to do that right now, and get into the water. Actually, let me show you with the boots off. You know how it is. You get in the water and you're moving around really slowly. You really wish you could swim faster, run through water faster. You can't do that. You're not the Flash. Unless you put on the Death Strider shoes. And these are Death Strider 3. So it should get me going really fast. I can swim faster. I can walk faster through water. It's almost like I'm not even in the water at all. pretty cool. Actually, I think I'm even moving faster through the water than I do on the regular land, and that might be because it's a depth strider 3. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna keep the sword, but I'm gonna see if I can enchant the helmet. Maybe I can look out, get something that'll like water breathing or something like that. Blast protection. I don't really want that, but yeah, blast protection. Oh well. Oops. Thank you very much. Snazzy. No, it's not. Anyway, I am going to need the shoes later, so I'm going to leave them on. Now, the repair system is a little different. Keep in mind, we use less levels now for the actual enchant, but you still need a lot of XP in order to repair. If I were to... let me pop over here. Let's get my original sword over here. I believe it has a use taken out on it. Yes, it does. Now, let's say it was the enchanted weapon that needed to be repaired. I could stick the 2 weapons in here and get them repaired. I can't because the enchanted weapon doesn't need repair. Is that it? Okay, here we go. So I can stick them in here and combine them and have a nice fully repaired sword, you know, pretending like this is kind of used up a bit. And it's going to cost me levels. And I can do that. Boom. Did it. Now, each time I do that, each time I repair this golden sword with the Unbreaking 3, that cost of repair is gradually going to go up. Just a few levels at first until it gets to the point where it says too expensive to repair. At which point, you use it up until it's garbage and then throw it away. That's basically all you can do. This means if you have your favorite pick, favorite sword, favorite whatever, you can only get so many uses out of it. Then the only thing that you can do with it from that point is to stick it on in an item frame on the wall and just look at it. It's controversial. There's a lot about this new enchantment system that I like and some things I don't like. It's just the way they decide to do it. Got to get used to it. Anyway, down here you see we got some. These are some more new blocks. This is red sandstone. You can get red sandstone from, you guessed it, red sand. You take the red sand and you can craft it just like you do regular sand, like this to get regular red sandstone. You can take if I do a lot of regular sandstone and then craft it up again, I get smooth sandstone. I can also get red sandstone slabs. You can also craft it into stairs. You can take the slabs, put together, and get chiseled red sandstone. So it works just the same as regular sand. The chiseled sandstone has this kind of scorpion design on it instead of a creeper face, just to be a little different, I guess. Now you can find the red sand in mesa biomes now, where you used to be able to find regular sand. If you don't have a mesa biome in your current generated world, you have to either regenerate a world or just go and find a new mesa biome. That's pretty cool. Now you see I got some other stuff in here as well as some other new blocks around here. These are all blocks related to the monument. You get, I don't even know what these blocks are called, but they're blocks, prismarine blocks or something. I don't know. And you can, you got prismarine shards, prismarine crystals. Now, you will get these. Well, I'll show you where to get these in a bit. There are new mobs that drop these when killed, but you put them together in this configuration and you get the sea lantern. Now the sea lantern is pretty cool because it is just like glowstone in that it will create light for you, wherever you place it. Boom, like so. It's hard to see there. Let's see. There we go. So as you can see, it's giving off a little bit of light here. It's probably even more clear if, let me out of here. Let me out of this thing. If we come over here, you can see it more clearly here. It's clearly creating some light. I'm kind of getting scared. Don't want creepers sneaking up on me. There we go. Okay, cool. So it creates light, and it's constant light, and it doesn't need redstone current. So just like glowstone, you can place it anywhere. It's just a decorative alternative to glowstone. Pretty cool. We also got sponges. Now over in the monument, which I do have a monument staked out. We'll go take a look at it in a moment. You find these just kind of sitting around. They come wet, and you stick them into a furnace, and they cook up and dry up. And I already have some dry sponges here. Now, dry sponge is cool because you can take it and just stick it over in, say, a body of water like so, and it takes all the water out. It actually soaks up water from a very large area. Very absorbent, kind of like, I don't know, Bounty paper towels, I guess. I don't know. They're not sponsors. I just like Bounty paper towels. Anyway, let's move on. Over here, we got new doors. 6 varieties now. We have our original oak door. Very nice. We also got doors for all the other woods. You make them by just taking wood, just like you did before. I've got some jungle wood here. You put it in a configuration like so, and it gives you 3 doors. I believe the 3 doors is an upgrade from 1.7. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they used to just give 2 doors. Now you get 3 doors, so you get a bonus door. Usually I only need 2 at a time, but hey, who's laughing at bonuses? You place it just like a regular door, and it looks just like such. Each design's a little different, so you have a choice of what you want to put in your build. Pretty cool. Hey, Cal. And over here, we also have new fences. Stupid rain. Like I was saying, we have new fences, new fence types, and the recipes changed as well. You no longer, it used to be 6 sticks like so. No longer the case because you can't change sticks. Sticks are sticks. So now you have 2 sticks and 4 planks like so, and it gives you your fence. Now this fence is it all connects to other fence types. If you change the plank that goes here, for example, if I were to take these guys out and change it with acacia, it would change the fence to the acacia colored fence that you see way back there. So that's the same for fences. Also gates, the gate recipe hasn't changed. Now you notice here all these fence colors, fence types, gate types, they all connect to each other, but nether brick fence still sits alone. Oh, poor nether brick. Yeah, anyway, this will not change. Those of you who use nether brick with regular wood fence to create special entrances that mobs can't go through, it still works the same. But all these other fence types, they do connect, so you can put a nice pattern into your holding pins like I did. No, it's really ugly. It's ugly. Anyway, speaking about ugly, I mean cuteness. Hello, guys. Hello, nice little bunny rabbits. Let me pet you, little bunny rabbits. Nice little bunny rabbits. Yeah. Anyway, these creepy little things are rabbits, and they're now introduced, and you find them in the wild. I believe they occur in the plains. And you can kill them, and they do give some very valuable drops, but you guys are so cute. And I promised my wife that I would not kill any of you guys on camera, so I already set up the drops over here. They do drop they occasionally will drop rabbit hide, raw rabbit, and rabbit's foot. So 3 drops from 1 mob. Pretty cool. Now, I already showed you what you can do with the raw rabbit. Very tasty. You can take 4 rabbit hides like so, and you get leather, which is useful for a lot of things. And you also get a lucky rabbit's foot. Now, if you take the lucky rabbit's foot, drop it, and this is a new recipe, drop it into some awkward potion that you make with your nether wart, and cook it up. And it cooks up just like that to make jump boost. Now we put the jump, we suck down our jump boost, and now we are super jumpers. We can even jump right over the fence and be out of there. Pretty cool, though I don't like the bubbly bubbles. There we go. So this is the bulk of the stuff in 1.8. I mean, the bulk of the things that you're going to see me messing with, a lot of you guys are going to mess with. There are a lot of extra things in terms of command blocks and things that you can do with commands that map makers are going to get into. I won't get into any of that. Mainly, this is the kind of stuff that I and a lot of you guys will be getting into, or things like this. I hope I didn't miss anything, but I may have. Now, if I can just slip out of this game mode and go to game mode 0, game mode 1, I'm going to take you over to the monument and show you what I got over here. Just let me take a look, make sure I haven't forgotten anything. No, I think I got everything over there. So we come over here. Now this seed, and I can give you a quick glance at this seed here. That's the seed. Go ahead and write it down. Pause the video. That's fine. It's a great seed. I actually spawned in right over there and didn't have to go too far to find my monument, which is right here in the middle of a lake, which is cool. And then over here, just a lot of nice open area for someone to build. Like, I thought about doing a single player series. I'm not sure if I am going to do a single player series, but if you're playing single player or even wanted to do a server, this is not a bad seed. So anyway, enough with the seed. Let me grab some night vision potion out of here, and let's see, where is that night vision potion? Somewhere around here. There. And oh, I already had some. I'm so prepared. Just swill that down, and you can get a good look at the monument. Now, you notice part of it is missing. This should be symmetrical on both sides of that entrance there. I don't know what that is. Angry found one on an unnamed server, and it had the same problem. But this one is fortunate because it does give us a good glimpse inside. You can see the mobs all around. These are the new underwater mobs. I believe they're called Monument Guardians or something like that, Guardians. And these are hostile, not just to you, but to squid. You see how these guys are going after these squid and attacking them. Pretty good if you hate squid, but the thing with this whole killing squid thing is they leave a lot of drops, which you notice my FPS suddenly is really low. All this attacking and dropping ink bladders and all that stuff really takes a hit on your FPS, so, you know, fair warning if your computer's kind of slow. The fact that part of this missing is also means that we can get a nice cutaway of the monument. I'm not going to go inside because I'm going to save that for when I find a monument in regular survival. It's going to be, you know, I want a little bit of story left to explore when I find these things out in the wild. But you can see here where the sponge is located there. You can see the sea lanterns occurring naturally inside. Also in the very middle of this thing, and this is a labyrinth. I believe each one's a little different. But in the middle of this thing, there's a boss guy. If I get close enough to him, I believe I'm not close enough. But if you get close enough to it, and maybe it's because I'm in creative mode, but if you get close enough to that boss, it will actually hit you with a little bit of miner's fatigue, which will slow down your ability to actually mine through the blocks. I'm not sure if that's meant to force you to follow the labyrinth rather than just mining your way to the center. But if you get to the center and destroy that boss guardian, which is slightly larger than these guys and has some pretty strong attacks, you can get at his gold that he's hoarding inside. So that's all pretty cool. I need some more milk. Got some milk. Got some milk. There we go. Swill this stuff down. So anyway, that is the monument. That's the big center piece to the Bountiful update. We also have all this other cool and colorful stuff that's involved as well. So this is 1.8. You guys hopefully have already gotten in and are enjoying it. This is just an overview of all the stuff that's in here and how you can use it. Please enjoy it, and if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a like and a subscribe so you can see more of these videos. I am very busy. Like I said, I got a new job, so I'm going to try to get some more videos in on a weekly basis now that I've gotten over the initial hump here, and I'll tell you more about that in another video, as well as some new series coming up. Anyway, this is Jaden Max, and like always, I will play you again later. Goodbye, and drink milk. There's something I gotta show you down here. I've gotten invaded, if you will, by Zach Muir. I'm not even going to try the Scottish accent. I was practicing one, but I'll spare you that. It says here, howdy enemy, our country Scotland has decided that based on your misjudgment of my nationality, that we should remind you in a state of war. Now, I could easily do a Mel Gibson impersonation here, but nah. We are declaring war against you. Get all your men and try to defeat us. Get everyone in this server to fight against us. Good luck. Zach M. By the way, I put the clock there. Okay. Yeah, that was his present day left. Okay. So apparently this is a state of war.